Welcome to Know to Grow. I'm Lauren Wood, your host, and we have some very special guests today. We are joined by the Farm on Central crew, Michael and Savannah Kilpatrick. I'm so excited to have you guys on. I was telling you when you got here, my family has enjoyed visiting Farm on Central for several years. We always go every spring for strawberries. And you guys are just really a pillar of the community. I see so many people on social media following you guys, supporting you guys, just loving what you do. For people who have not heard of you before, tell us a little bit about what you do and how it all got started.
Yeah, so we have the Farm on Central, and we are in Carlisle, Ohio, not to be confused with New Carlisle, which is north of Dayton.
That's always fun when people are like, I thought I was going north.
Oh, no.
I went south.
Yes.
Just an hour away. It's
Yes.
okay.
No big deal.
And we have an 8-acre urban farm. We farm year-round. We are, as you said earlier, best known for our strawberries, and the 2026 crop is looking absolutely fantabulous. We are so excited about it. It's more than ever, so there's going to be so many awesome strawberries this year. But yeah, we're a year-round farm. So like right now, we're even harvesting all sorts of vegetables from the field. And we have a farm store on site. We deliver CSA through the community, and we really enjoy educating our community about what it means to have healthy food in your homes.
Was farming something either of you guys grew up doing? Did it come later in life? How'd you get really started doing this?
Yeah, so my background is way more agricultural, deep agricultural. So me and my brother started a farm in upstate New York back in 2003. And we ran that for about a dozen years up there, scaled it pretty large, did a lot of farming up there. And then in 2015, I moved to Ohio with Savannah because we got married the year before and we had our first child. She wanted to be here where our family was. And we took a little bit of a break. But in 2020, we found the property we are on now. And that kind of started the Farm on Central.
Do you remember the moment when it went from, oh, this would be nice to, hey, we're really going to do this?
Well, what's actually funny is that every time Michael would drive by the house and property that we live and farm on now, he would go, that would make an excellent farm every single time. So he probably did that for like 5 years as we would come and go. And we lived in Germantown for a little while, and we had a third of an acre that he put a hoop house on, and we probably could have fed half of Germantown on this little like hoop house. I just remember the mailman always coming and like peeking behind the house and being like, what is going on back there? You know,
That is
it was
awesome.
fun. But anyway, we always knew, he always knew that would make a great farm.
So this was a goal from the time you guys got together then?
Yeah, I think we always knew that we would be involved in agriculture in some way.
I mean, we met on a farm. So.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we met at Polyface in 2012.
Oh, wow.
Is that right? Yeah, we were both interns, and
very
so
cool.
it's kind of churned out a lot of couples. So we're not
I
really
did
that.
not know that.
They're not really that special.
Go ahead and fill people
Yes.
in who don't know what Polyface is.
Polyface Farms is Joel Salatin's farm in Swope, Virginia, near Stanton, not Staunton. And every summer they take a crop of young people, well, people of all ages, really, because we had people in their 40s with us when we were interns. And you can work for the summer, and you get to learn a lot of really cool things and meet cool people.
But I think what Polyface is most known for is Joel is a voice of regenerative agriculture in the U.S. And he has been for 30-some years now.
Yeah.
And he's a force of nature.
Yeah.
And, he travels the world now educating and helping folks set up regenerative farming.
I got to hear him speak this past summer at the Food Independence Summit up in Holmes County. It was
yes.
really cool.
Yes.
It was just, that was very, that was a moment.
Yeah,
Getting
he's
to
very
see him in
inspiring.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that kind of shape what you guys are doing? Because like you said, with the regenerative farming and all the things that he focuses on, how has that influenced Farm on Central?
Yeah, I think his influence has really made it a lot more global. I think when we farmed in New York, we were very small-minded. We had a farm, we were doing what we were doing, but Joel, because of the barriers he's broken down, being one of the highest paid farmers as a speaker across the country and around the world, it just shows us what's possible. And so when we started the Farm on Central, we had a much bigger vision of what we could become. And, we started up in New York with just selling our own vegetables. Now here we have over 500 different items in the store. And, regenerative meats, a local dairy. Even, we're bringing flash frozen wild-caught salmon because that's the best you can get. So we do a wide range of different things. And actually, when we can, we'll stock Polyface meats because they're such a awesome price point for our customers.
Very cool. So what did your first season at Farm on Central actually look like? How small was it? And how, you were talking just now about how much you've grown already.
Well, the first year we really had no idea what we were doing. In the aspect of I knew growing, so I knew how to grow food, and we had a great crop of strawberries, and we did garlic and onions, and we had some great people working for us. But we were trying to figure out how we were going to sell our food. We thought we were going to sell across the street and build a whole thing, and then we realized just how much that was going to cost to grow. To build that. And so we started with a tent on our backyard. Then we actually ended up buying a transit bus. And the reason we bought a transit bus is because it was on wheels and the city couldn't get us for codes for it. So
Because we could move it.
yes, and we did. We had to.
Just little bits here and there.
Oh, what are some things that happened there in those early years that make you laugh looking back on it now?
I mean, I think, with the kids, having the kids involved with that, I think that's been so much fun. I think people really enjoy watching them grow up. And, Charlotte is really a great little spokesperson. She'll grab the camera now and just walk around and do little tours. And people actually say they're the best tours, that I don't give great tours anymore.
They are good tours. They're very unedited,
Yes. But, just growing in Ohio, learning the different seasons and stuff. I mean, we've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, one time we almost burned the barn down. There's just things like that throughout the years that you will learn. I think
the other thing too is we were so stressed at the very beginning because we couldn't figure out how to see a way forward. Even just you talking about this, I'm like, oh man, I wish we wouldn't have lost so much sleep. We figured that out. We bought a bus and we turned it into a little store. So all the things we've experienced since, we've just walked through. We've walked through a lot of different things.
I mean, we've had every single issue that a small business owns. People quit on you. You're worried if you can make payroll. You lose crops to the weather. I mean, last year was all about that strawberry disease that moved in. I mean, we almost went bankrupt over that. Thankfully, we were God protected the crop, and we were able to figure a way forward. And this crop looks great, but it definitely there's been some moments, and I have a lot more gray hair than I did 5 years ago.
How did you guys, again, staying in those early years, how did you kind of resource those early stages, fund them? Was it just bootstrapping, reinvesting? Were you growing slowly? What did that look like?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Slow growth is not an option for us, unfortunately. I'm AAA personality, so we're just...
I was going to say, let's define why that's not an option.
Yes, that's me.
It's Michael.
So thankfully, when we were farming before and through the years, we were very frugal and we saved a lot of money. So we were able to put a decent down payment on a new property, and we were able to get a USDA small farmer loan, which did help fund some initial infrastructure, and that was great. We've been funded by customers too. Customers have done investment in us, which has been super helpful as well. Again, it's literally, we have paid for vehicles that are, have 100,000 miles on them, and you just, take a low salary this first couple of years. We also have another educational business online, so I teach farmers around the world how to farm and have a podcast. So that has funded us for most of the years we've been open, and this actually last year was really the first year that we started taking a consistent paycheck from the farm. So, those first couple of years, if it depends on how fast you want to scale. So again, we've grown very fast, and I wouldn't recommend that to pretty much almost anybody unless you have, even if you have unlimited money, it's not a good thing to grow that fast because you typically put all this money into infrastructure and stuff you don't need.
Right. I think the reason it worked though is you did have so much experience. You knew exactly what we kind of were going for. It wasn't like we were having to learn, well, what hoop house do we want to put up and where do we want to put it? Like some of those not silly, they're important, but you had kind of fleshed those out.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I've been growing the same type of pepper for 25 years, so I
It's
just knew
true,
which
but
one
it's
to grow.
like the best pepper.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And what type of pepper is this?
That's actually a Carmen pepper,
Yeah.
and it was literally, you
Okay.
just flash the picture there,
Yeah.
and it's a long bull's horn type, and people don't realize it, but it's so good. We actually, at this point, we only grow 4 or 5 plants just for ourselves,
Yeah.
because people want the regular blocky ones, but it's like candy.
It is. They're so
Very cool. I have to remember that for next year. You touched on it just a second ago. You are teaching other people how to do this. What does that look like?
Yeah, so I mean, I speak across the country. So I've gone out to Canada before, gone out the West Coast. We had the podcast. I mean, that has over 2 million downloads. We aren't regularly doing that anymore. We did over 350 episodes. But we do a yearly summit. So that's where we invite some of the best farmers from around the country, interview them, and broadcast that out for free to anyone that wants to watch that. So it's a couple different layers, and I do some consulting as well. But, I just really like getting my hands in the soil and growing food.
Very cool. And this is a family thing too. You mentioned the kids earlier. How many kids do you have? What are their ages? And tell me what it looks like getting them involved.
Yes.
Yeah, we have 4 kids. Charlotte will be 11. Simon is 8. Kate is 4. And Ellis is 1 today.
Oh,
His
well,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. But we homeschool also, so we are all home, all together, all the time, which is wonderful and challenging all in its own ways.
But the kids are to the point, Charlotte and Simon, where they are really getting actively involved and really care about the farm. So they like to show it off to people. They love to bring people around, show them. But they're also starting to work, and we're very careful about that. We try to be very careful. We don't want them to think of the farm as drudgery. So they do. We don't necessarily do a lot of payment cash, but they do earn movie credits. So
Very nice.
yes. So like, okay, we're 2 hours, Dad, and I get to watch 15 minutes of this. So
Well, and in the summertime, we'll do a lot of like bean picking for ice cream. It's kind of that kind
I
of
like
incentive.
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
What kind of interest do they have? Are you starting to see that already? Particular interest depending on their personalities?
Yes. I mean, if Simon can break something apart with Michael and put it back together, he is just gung ho.
Yeah, he wants to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants to be an engineer, but he's not sure he likes math. So we're just trying to figure that
It'll
out.
work itself out.
Yeah. And then Charlotte really is an entrepreneur. She's always like, I think if I make this, I can sell it for this. And we're like, well, what are people going to do with it? And she's like, I don't know, but I made it really fast. We're like, okay.
Now, is she selling anything at the farm?
She was selling bookmarks. She
Okay.
had some watercolored bookmarks, and then she made some Christmas ones, but I don't know if they've made it out to the store yet. Sometimes there's a little disconnect in making them and getting them there.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Get there eventually.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, guys, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about working as a couple, kind of this whole thing that you're talking about, everybody being there on the farm together, and what some of the challenges have been over the years for you guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Know to Grow. I'm Lauren Wood, your host, and we are joined today by Michael and Savannah Kilpatrick from Farm on Central in Carlisle. It is so exciting to have them with us. They are such a fixture in the community around here. I know just tons of people will drive from all over to visit you guys. We were talking in the break. You guys really are a year-round farm. Tell us a little bit. We're in December now.
Yes.
What are some things that are growing? What can people get when they come down to see you guys?
Yeah, so literally we were out today harvesting, and some of the stuff was under row cover, but I mean, a lot of stuff was like this radish right here.
Oh, my
Was
goodness.
literally just growing out in the field by itself. This
Oh,
is
wow.
a giant daikon radish, is what you would call it.
Awesome.
I found some broccoli out in the field today.
Oh, wow.
Here's some mini cauliflowers. They're kind of cute, and they're orange, which is very fun.
Interesting.
They're called cheddar, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Because they look like cheese.
This is spinach, and this literally was growing just by this, just like this out in the field. You can see the dirt still on it.
Yep.
Wow.
I also brought some herbs and stuff, but yeah, that's what's in the field. In our
Okay.
greenhouses right now, we do a lot of lettuce. We've actually got turmeric and ginger still growing in the ground this time of year. That's heated just above freezing, so it doesn't freeze. But in the storage, we have sweet potatoes, carrots, radishes, turnips, beets, yes, all those types of things, even like Napa cabbage, regular cabbage. So there's still a wide range of vegetables. And then once you add all the other things into the store, like the milk and the eggs, we bring in local apples, that sort of thing. Cider just finished for the season. But there's a wide range. And then we have the bakery too. So we have an on-farm bakery. We make our own bread and cookies and things like that. And that obviously is very popular.
Awesome. Very cool. What is the best way for people to see what you guys have at any given time? Is the website
Yes.
where we want to go?
Actually, so right in the center right there where it says shop online, you can literally click there and you can place a pickup order or you can place an actually delivery order. We're only doing a couple counties right now, but we do hope to expand that up into Dayton and a little bit further south as we figure out the systems. But yeah, they can see pretty much our entire catalog, what we have in stock right now there.
And I see we've got the farm food membership. Tell me a little bit about that too.
Yeah, so that's our like a CSA program or community supported agriculture. And what happens there is that you pay like a monthly fee and then you get points to shop in our online store. And we suggest what's best, but you can swap out for a whole bunch of different things in the CSA. And we have members as far south as Cincinnati, as far north as Sydney, I think. But yeah, some people pick up the farm, some people get it delivered right to their homes.
Very cool. Let's talk about challenging seasons for you guys. I know there was a pretty public battle that you guys were going through this year with regulation. Let's talk a little bit about what that was like, what you've learned from it, and where we are now.
Yeah. So, it all comes back to money. But yeah, we set up our farm a couple of years ago as a private membership. And the reason for that was to allow our customers to a wide range of products that, there's a lot of regulation around and it's very expensive. We envision actually since then we've done the math and regulation costs us about 20 cents of every dollar for the food that we grow. So again, we were trying to avoid that, trying to make our food as available as possible to our community. And we went back and forth for about 2 years with different government agencies about what we were allowed to do and what we weren't. And that ended with them, sending us to the district attorney and us literally getting a court order to shut us down. And no one had ever gotten sick. No one had filed a complaint. But it was one of those things that they can, so they did. And our community rallied completely around us. They did. All sorts of, they donated like over $20,000. We were open one day because they shut us down, wouldn't allow us to sell anything. We gave it all away and we shut the city down. The police came and there was cars all over the place parking on our lawn.
It was amazing. Yes. When the police showed up, he was like, I don't want to make anybody mad, but they can't be parked there. And I was like, you're a police officer. You're allowed to tell people not to park there. Like, please go do your job.
So yeah, again, we're at this point now, I'd say 98% back to where we are. A lot of our products is now co-packed through some local awesome businesses. We've met a beautiful community of other makers and producers in our area, which allowed us to still offer a lot of those things, just through different avenues. And, we're semi-friendly with the health inspector now. Her name's Kathleen.
She might not want that aired.
It's public record.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. Yeah, she's been easy to work with.
You guys had a really powerful post on social media. I remember reading, just talking about the money aspect and how expensive it is to follow these rules that just don't even seem to make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit and the advice that you have for other people who might even be afraid to get into something like this because of all those hoops and all those regulations?
Yeah. So the biggest thing, I think it comes down to the crux of the matter is they claim it's all there for our safety. But if we have a commercial kitchen, we're not allowed to use traditional like home materials like in the kitchen. If you have a spatula that's home spatula, you're not allowed to use that in the commercial.
I couldn't use my KitchenAid mixer in a commercial kitchen.
Correct.
Something like that.
But if you have a cottage license, which basically means you're allowed to cook out of your home, you're not allowed to use commercial equipment. And so my thing is, but if it's safer, then why can't we use it?
Why can't I use that?
So that's just the crux of the matter right there. Again, I'm not going to say that regulation is not there for a reason. There's absolutely good reason. There are people out there causing all sorts of harm to people. Unfortunately, most of the time it's these massive companies. There's a case out of, I think, New Jersey, where Boar's Head Meat had literally up to 8 or 9 violations a day, and they went for 2 years before getting shut down. And literally, dozens of people died. But again, because they're big, they're allowed to do what they want to do. So I'm not going to say that it's always the big guy versus the little guy. A lot of times it is, though. But what I would say is if you can do it under cottage law, do it under cottage law. That allows you to do it in your kitchen. Try to find a co-pack kitchen if you want to do any of these process things. What I would say is that processed product is typically a lot of higher margin product. People right now, they really want to eat like a mac and cheese with farm vegetables on it. They don't necessarily want to eat the broccoli, but you put the broccoli in the broccoli soup, they want to eat that. So that's why we've already gone down this route, is because people want that. There is a great co-pack kitchen right in Springboro. It's the Busy Bees kitchen, which we actually rented for a while. Wonderful people there. It's a beautiful kitchen, but highly recommend if people want to do something like that, they could check that out pretty easily. But
in case somebody's not familiar with that term, explain a little bit about what a co-pack kitchen is.
Yeah, so basically if you don't have the facilities to make like what you want, like a soup is not allowed to do in your home kitchen. You can go rent this other kitchen by the hour. And basically they have those certifications and the stainless steel and all that fun stuff. Which gets very expensive very fast.
The triple bay sinks, the washing, and like all that stuff.
Yes, the sanitizers, that good stuff. So, but again, what I would say for any of this is start small. And they can't get you in trouble for giving it away. So again, make the broccoli soup a few times, try a couple different recipes, see if your neighbors like it or don't like it. And then once you get that recipe, everyone's like, oh, man, this is amazing, then go for it. But the good thing is if you sell raw vegetables, strawberries, all that stuff. That is not regulated. You can sell that to anybody. There's no restrictions on that. But you can always call your health department and see what is allowed and what's not. But always check them, because I have had the conversations and the arguments, and I have won several times.
Well, and they don't always know what the rules actually are. We've bumped into that once.
I know my father-in-law always talks about how farmers have to be the most optimistic people on the planet, because you're dealing not only with the weather, but stuff like this. Mm-hmm. How do you guys get through those challenging times? Have you ever gotten discouraged? What gets you over that hump?
Yeah.
Yes, we've gotten discouraged.
I think we're just generally very optimistic. I think that we always come back to a lot of the times we come back to the numbers and cents. I mean, that's part of it too, is that, if you know the money behind it, then you can be like, okay, so I know like right now we're struggling, but I know that we have $12,000 of this in the field that in 2 months is going to be ready and we can make that happen. So we're very numbers based with that. We have a wonderful team. I mean, I think we could not do our farm without the wonderful team we've built. We have some fabulous human beings, just great people that work for us. But I mean, I think our faith gets us through it too. I mean, I think we believe in what we do. I mean, again, I keep telling Savannah, it's like, if I really wanted to go earn money, I would be doing very different things. And I could be doing those things. Yeah. I have standing offers from multiple people for different things. But we love what we do. We believe strongly that good food is good for our community. And our job is to feed them that and educate them on how they can get more good food into their homes.
Let's talk a little bit about that. The quality of the food that you guys have. I know a lot of people online, anytime anybody's looking for something that's not loaded with pesticides, something that is truly healthy, you guys are one of the first places that they recommend. What do you do? How do you make that work?
It's not easy. So we believe strongly in the original organic, where soil matters,
right.
And that basically good food grows in good soil. So we now actually have 3 different farms across Carlisle that we lease or rent and we own. The home farm, and then we literally just picked up a new farm that will, for several years, it will only grow cover crops or crops to feed the soil before we actually put human food on it, because again, there's so many pesticides and it's not as rich as it could be. Yeah. So we believe strongly in rock powders and compost and biochar, and we actually, one of the things that we do, which is very unusual, is we do a lot of sap samples. So you'll see us out there early in the morning cutting leaves. We dry them, we put them in a little bag. They actually get shipped to the Netherlands. Wow. They do the samples. They send us back by Monday, exactly what if they need more calcium or need more boron. And then we actually apply these very unique micronutrients across the farm, and that helps the crops grow better.
Because unfortunately right now, because soil is not as nutrient dense as it once was, you have to be a bit of a scientist and go, okay, what do you need, little plant? And then I think, oh, that's what we need too. Like we're depleted, the soil's depleted, like we're all needing some nutrients.
Where can somebody learn this type of thing if they're wanting to do it at their own garden?
Wow. Really,
rent Michael's brain.
That aspect is, there's really not that much out there right now. Yeah. There is, again, you can Google it. You can use one of these AI programs that really scour the internet and find that details. But literally, a lot of this stuff that I'm talking to is some of the scientists that are figuring it out right now.
Yeah. All right. We've got about a minute left. What is next for you guys? What can we look forward to in the next year?
I think a little bit more of streamlining. So, we've tried a lot. So we kind of know what works right now. So you'll see maybe some things not quite there where we once were. But we definitely have some new ideas. I mean, we have one food truck where our bakery is right now, but there may be more. Let's just leave it at that.
All right.
But yeah.
Yeah. And we'll probably, I think the biggest thing we want to do is really enjoy what we're doing and not feel so. It's like, if we're going to work this hard, let's feel really good about it. So removing some of those distractions.
But visit us for strawberry season this year.
My gosh.
It's going to be epic.
Okay. And when does strawberry season start exactly?
Yes, if you put on your calendar May 15th, you're pretty much guaranteed to get berries.
All right, perfect. We will do that. And you guys have a unique way to do that. We've got like 10 seconds. You want to sign up online, right? If you want to come pick strawberries?
You want to get like a ticket, and that's mostly for parking, because our parking is our limiting factor.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Michael and Savannah Kilpatrick from Farm on Central. Thank you guys so much for being with us today.
This is fun.